Welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be learning how to draft a U-Yoke skirt, like letter U, U for umbrella. So what I'm doing here is folding my skirt into two so that by the time I draft my pattern on fold and open it up later, you have a clearer idea of what I am drafting out. Then we begin with marking out the waist measurement. Do not forget your waist measurement is divided by 4 plus your sewing allowance. If you're using a stretchy material, you might not want to add that, but if you're not using a stretchy material, to cinch your waist, you can decide to place your dart measurements. So when you're adding your dart measurement, you would need to include your dart allowance. That's about 1 inch because you're taking out half an inch on both sides. So here I'm marking out my waist to hip measurement, and on that line I am placing out my hip measurement divided by 4 plus my sewing allowance. Do not forget to add your sewing allowances. Now to get your darts, you would apply the same bust to bust measurement, or it can also be referred to as your nipple to nipple measurement. So you go down by about 4 inches and then you take out half an inch on both sides of that line on your waist, because you are cinching the waist. So it's half an inch on both sides and then you connect it down to the end of that line. That's how to get your waist dart for your skirts. And so once you've done that, do again, like I've said earlier, do not forget to include your dart allowance, or else it will be smaller than your actual waist and you won't be able to wear it. Then you get your full length. This is depending on how long or how short you want it to be. So place your tape rule on your body from your waist and get how long you want it to be on your body based on your desired length. Then you connect the dots from your waist to your hip, and now you connect it to the full length. So you can either decide to draw a straight line from the hip to the full length, or you can go out by 1 inch, or you can even come in by 1 inch. So I came out a little by about like half an inch, and so that way what I'm doing now is connecting a straight line on my hip line. By connecting a straight line on my hip line, I'll use this as a guideline to get my letter U shape. And so once I'm able to curve out my U, you can use your free hand, but if you want to use a French curve, like I'm drawing up there now, that's the letter U that we're trying to get. So if you feel like you need help, you can use like a curve or something, so you get how deep you want it to be from the waist into the middle of the pattern. So what I'm doing now is drawing that out properly again so I can get a clearer picture. And this is how you get the U-Yoke. So what you do now is, for some people, you will cut it out. Some use a different material for the upper part or the bottom part. What some people do is they draw straight lines across on the bottom part and spread it out like I will do now. So what you do is, probably for every 1 inch, you draw a straight line. Now you take your scissors or your blade or what you use to cut it and cut out these straight lines, and when you place it on your material, you put spaces in between, so that way you will draw a gathered line back to fit into the U-Yoke, so you can have a gathered U-skirt. But when you are cutting it out, do not forget to include your sewing allowances on the edge, so that by the time you sew it back to each other, it is not shorter than what you want before. So you add about half an inch to 1 inch sewing allowance to join the upper part and the lower part. Thank you very much.